they say is food for the soul, and celebrating people who have contributed to music in Ghana and across, the world. Something or is something that everybody must support, and of course this is why we're here. Oak Plaza is celebrating, is honoring one of our own rap legends. Yes, Gyedu-Blay Ambolley, and of course he's here to tell us how he feels about it, tells us about the journey so far, and where he is taking music to the next level. Hello to you, boss.
Thank you for inviting me.
You look so nice.
Oh, likewise, baby. You look so splendid. Yeah.
The cap, is it the hat or is it a cap? Or do you always have it on? I've realized, I've noticed that you always have it.
Yeah, I have different ones, different decorated hats and all that. So I'm very happy that this event is coming on at Oak Plaza. It's the beginning of it. And I know that this is also going to instigate some other bigger hotels to come in, because it's a long time coming. Our legends have contributed so much to our country, Ghana, but it looks like it's less recognition that is coming on. And if we don't talk about what we have, nobody's going to talk about it. And I'm very happy that Oak Plaza is doing it. And I've been able to also invite me to come and be part of it. So I'm very happy with that.
Last year it was Amanzaba. You were here to perform. First of all, let's find out from you what we should expect on the 25th when you're being honored that night.
Yeah, when you are being honored, it's a different category altogether. And the expectations of people to come and what they have to expect when they get here. I know that when people are coming to my performances, they have that kind of visionary, vision of Ambolley does this, Ambolley does that, and all that. Yes, I do that, but also I keep on improving my act all the time. So what they knew before, they're going to be seeing some totally different added to it when they come. So I will tell them that they mustn't forget their dancing shoes, and they must put in their minds that they are coming to have a good time. And I'm going to make sure that they have that kind of good time. So be there, come with your friends, as well as whoever, because it's a AU Day, isn't it? Yeah. So let's celebrate it here at Oak Plaza Hotel, and the best is always yet to come. And I'm going to prove that.
Definitely, we'll be looking forward to that. But for the many people out there, for the young ones out there who don't even know the story, why we're even celebrating you, or why you are being celebrated by Oak Plaza and other, you've been celebrated, across the country and across the world, and now Oak Plaza. Tell us about the journey so far, where you started from, how you got into music. Let's start with how you got into music.
When I was about 8 years old, my father was in the military. And when he came back home, he came with a flute. And he sometimes pick it up and play some military songs and all that. And when he's not there, I will pick it up and started to fiddle with it. And sometimes, playing with hymns, that were taught at school and all that. So that became my door opener. And lo and behold, Segendi Takrady is a place where, because of the harbor, the port city, the seamen, they go and come back with records and things like that. So we were knowing the kind of music that was across the ocean, comparatively to what we know here. And it broadened my horoscope. And because of the bands that we have that were playing at outdoorings and funerals and all that, we go many times, we go stand at the back of the band and look at how each and everyone was playing his or her instrument. First, I wanted to learn how to play drums, because when I looked at the drummer, his hands and both feet working together, I was fascinated with that. Yes, and when I spoke to a senior elder of mine, he said, no, but in Segendi, it will be hard for you to get drums to rehearse and things like that, but the guitar will be good. And lo and behold, where I came from, Kwawansan's senior brother, You know, Ebo and San, he had 2 guitars. So when I came back from school, I just go there and started, yeah. And there was one man called Uncle Bonkun who taught me the 4 chords on the guitar. You talk about C, D minor, F, and G7. These are the kind of chords that we use when we play in Highlife music. Like that. So it made me to know that there's something more to learn. And with that, I started, but with the guitar, I was singing first.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, I mean, talking about the high life and singing, there was no way you could have rapped at that time. But I heard you mention that you started rap music in Ghana. So when did it transition from song, your normal singing and the normal guitar and the normal high life, to rap music?
You know, when we were young, we had some friends, you know, I think about 6 of us. You know, there was one guy in between us called Ray Smith, Ray Annual Smith. You know, he has some steps and he has some ways and means of doing some things. So we used to gather around and form a circle. One of us will enter into the middle of the circle and start to do his own thing by dancing and all that. So the next person that has to enter has to do different from what, yeah. So in all that, it was creating, you know, different forms of dancing. And my singing, because of the Seamen were coming back with records, there were other James Browns and Sam Cooks and Ray Charles and Stevie Wonders, and you know. So we used to, there was a Seaman who were living in the same house that I was living, but I would go and stand at the back of his window. Because when he plays at the back of the window, we hear everything. And I will start to learn the words of the music and how the song was being sung and all that. And I saw that, yes, I have the ears for that. And one time, a band was being formed in Second D. Yeah, called Tricky Johnson Success, and they were looking for a vocalist. And I went and I told them, yes, I can sing. I said, yeah, what can you sing? You know, I said, oh, I can sing what I say. What I say was made by Ray Charles. You know, so okay, then he started. You know, and I came, hey, mama, don't you treat me wrong. Come on, let me get it all night long. He's all right, you know. And he said, oh, come back the next day. And that was what opened the door for me. I went back the next day, and that man is so much a good guitarist that he also introduced me to other forms of music. But the rap, there was a madman in Takoradi, yeah, called Arakanya. And anytime you see him walking, he'll be murmuring like, and we'll be following him. Though we couldn't hear the words that he was singing, but it was good. So when I got involved into music, I said, yeah, why don't you bring it back? So I took it back and added words to it. You know, about the Tusa, about the bull fruit, hey, Yamransa Quanta, the Okon War Horse, Mama, the Okon. Whoa. Interesting. And it became so because when I recorded my first music called the Simgwadu, and I recorded it with this style, man, Ghanaian school couldn't get enough of it because they haven't heard of this formation of music. So I was the one who introduced it. But rap music itself is an African thing. It's not something that came from America, no. Because when a deba is being held, we have somebody called the linguist. When the king is coming, they will start giving accolades to the king. So these were all raps. So it gave me an idea to infiltrate all these into my style of music. And the dance that we used to dance and things like that, I also added to it. And I'm telling you, all the ministers now, all those who are in Kiki posts, when I was doing all, they were at school. And they were doing it. I mean, I know some of the key ministers that when they were at school, they were called Ambolley. Because of the name, yeah. And they used, many of them, you see me and tell me, you know, yeah, that's the kind of influence that I influenced them, you know, when they were at school. You know, so when I combined the dance and the style of music and the way I sang, My style of singing came from the north because when I made it, go, "Meko Bolge, Meko Bolge, Meko Warrior," you know, that sort of style, I thought it was more ethnic. So I chose that and added that to my style of music. And that has been my indelible stamp. Everywhere I go, my dance, they know it. My words, they know it. And the way I sing, they know it. So that is what Ambolley has been able to create musically.
How has it affected you, positively or negatively? I know that there must be some negatives in there, even though we've seen the positive aspects, inspiring a lot of people out there. Have you ever had any challenges growing up with music and the benefits to share with us?
The challenges that I had was my mother. You know, when I told her I want to get into music professionally, no. I left secondary, came to Accra to be with a band. In a week's time, when I arrived in Accra, my mother came back, took me back to secondary. But when I told my father that I want to do that, he did not decline. He said, well, if you think that's what you came to do, yeah, go ahead. So that was my challenge. But musically, I haven't had all kind of challenge. But some of the challenges that we have is sometimes your expectation is so big that you are going to go and perform. You know that that night is going to be great. Then something will happen, you know, not from the audience, but from the musicians and things like that. So, and you see that whatever that you want to come out with is not coming properly. And so these are some things that sometimes downheart my heart and things like that. But I know that they are events. They happen sometimes. And I have to learn from them and move ahead. When I went to America, I performed at the Apollo Theater. And this is the kind of place that all the big names, because if you enter there, you see all their pictures on the wall. Michael Jackson, James Brown, and all of them on the wall. And I said, wow, tonight I'm going to stand on the same stage. Then, whoa, I said, either I'm going to make it or break it. And
Was that your biggest moment in music? You know, everybody at a point have like a biggest moment. So for how many years that you started music and you're still doing music, you will be releasing an album very soon as well. Which one or which of your performances do you think was like the biggest of all?
I think that Apollo Theater was it. Because Apollo Theater is a place that when one artist finishes performing, he leaves the stage for the next one to come. I was able to perform 2 songs at a go at Apollo Theater because I know, you see, America is the entertainment center of the world. And for you to be able to penetrate, it means that, yes, you have something. So when I performed my first song and 2 African young American women, they jumped on the stage, started dancing with me. You see that the audience, you were happy. So when I finished with it, then I asked the audience, do you want more? They said, yeah. Then I looked at the face of the promoter. He couldn't do it because the audience were yearning for it. So he said, okay, go ahead. Then I put in the Samgadu, and on the stage it was, and I was so fascinated. When I finished with my music, I said, yeah, well, America, I have arrived.
You have definitely arrived. But 71 years, you're still doing music and you're about to release an album. Tell me about it.
You know, sometimes people think that at a certain age, you need to, you know, sit somewhere and allow it. But, you know, it's a gift. When you have that gift and you nurture the gift will always grow, irrespective of who you are. And I also know that the body that I have is my temple. If I take care of the temple, it means that the temple will take care of me. So I've been very, very particular about what goes into my stomach and all that kind of thing, the way I think and things like, because, you know, blessings come because they said heaven helps those who help themselves. And, you know, so that's the gift that God has given to us. And me being 71 now and still kicking and things like that, it's a total blessing. And, you know, music, we don't have age limit. In soccer, when you were about 30 and things like that, yeah, exactly. But there were some musicians writing from me that they were still playing. Ebo Taylor is about 83 now. and he's still touring. So it tells you that music can take you far if you have the right mind, the right attitude, and everything towards it. It's going to take you as far as you want to go.
What's the title of the new album?
It's called Second D Town.
Second D Town.
Yeah.
So you're naming the album after your town?
Yes, where I came from, because whatever I have was given to me by that town. So I have to respect it back. So that's my way of respecting it back.
How many songs do we have on the album, and when exactly would it be released?
I have 11 songs on the album, and it's going to be released on the 26th of May at the Alliance Française, and of May at Alliance. And people have heard of me for a long time, and the expectations of what to come. They also, is anything new from Ambolley coming? Yes, something new is coming. So I'm inviting them to come, and they will see and compare my other music that I've already given out and the new one that is coming. They will see two different things.
Do we have any musicians on board? Have you featured anybody on the music?
I decided not to do that for now, because I know that the younger ones are always releasing singles here and there and things like that. So no, in our time we'll release an album. So I'm going to release an album, and I just want to show a little example, to the up-and-coming ones, so that after all this said and done, then I will start collaborating with them.
I have a favorite song of yours, which is actually at the background. Yeah, that's like classic. Do you have any favorite of your songs?
It's one of my favorites, but yes, but my real favorite is the one that brought me out. Yeah, the Semogwadu, about the Buff Road, that was the one that made people to know that there's somebody with the name Ambolley. So it's been my favorite all the time. This is one, yes, this is wonderful, because you look at what is happening in society, and it gives you an idea of what to put together and tell your people, because we use music as do's and don'ts, to educate the people and tell them of whatever that is going on. So that's been a part and parcel of it.
Before I let you go, you are still doing music. We celebrate you. Wish you all the best, though. But what advice do you have for the young ones out there, people who are looking up to Gyedu-Blay Ambolley? You have been here since time immemorial. I mean, you're still here, and I mean, where better place to get an advice from than from you? So all the musicians, we're not singling them out, all of them together. What advice do you have for them?
Well, I will tell them that music is a trade. That is the reason why it is called show business. The show will allow people to see what you have, and the business aspect also will help you to feed yourself and your family. So it's something that is coming out of information and education. The younger ones these days are just cutting and pasting sounds from the computers and putting lyrics to it and thinking that no. The thing is creativity. You must know, even if you know one instrument, it helps you to know the chordal cadences of the music, because every music has chords, and the chords are related to other chords. So when you know all this, then it helps you to, if you are composing or arranging, it helps you to put them all together. So I will tell them that it's very, very good for them to learn the rudiments of music, and it will also broaden up their mindset and all that, for them to be able to do more than what they can do. These days, the younger ones are always saying, dancehall, and they say, reggae. And no, dancehall belongs to the Jamaicans, and you cannot sit here and say you are a dancehall king more than the creators of it. So always I'm telling them that we have something that our fathers have left for us here, and that is Highlife music. Every dance music in this world has Highlife connotations in it, every dance music. But because they haven't studied to know, they think that, let's shift and go. No. When they play, Bizarcade's music right now, you see that the younger ones and the old ones, everybody gets up to dance because of the Highlife and things, yes. And we need to, because every country has its music. Ours is Highlife. We cannot leave it and go and take music come from Jamaica and make it ours. So That's what I'm telling them. Even if they want to do is dancehall, let them do it in a highlight format, so that when the dancehall people hear it, they will see that this is different from what they are doing. So that's what I'm telling you. Learn the rudiments of music and ask questions. Go to your elders, ask. If you don't know, your elders will tell you, and you're going to be armed to move forward.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the advice. We hope that all the musicians out there will take a cue from Gyedu-Blay Ambolley, support your own, celebrate your legends, and that's what we're doing here at Oak Plaza. Thank you so much for joining us.
Mr. Tufu want to see a James Brown, and he like your Gary too much. Call him soul, Amada, soul, Brody Twitchy, soul, Achete, soul, Atue, soul, Mami Trey, soul, Epa. Mr. Tufu want to see a James Brown, and he like your Gary too much. Call him soul, Amada, soul, Brody Twitchy, soul, Gary Pucho, soul, Achete, soul, Atue, soul, Epa. And so we are a belle. And so we are a tusa. And so we are a belle. And so we are a tusa. Remember, stomach or far about her, and then we to the mammy. So I want to stomach or far about here.